On the other side of that wall you're seeing in front of you is a room in my basement where I store electric football boards. And in that room, there are approximately 30 to 40 boards. And like anyone, my wife complains about them all the time. So I try my very best not to buy boards, just the teams. I'm a collector of teams. I've got a great collection of boards after all these years, but there's really no way to display the boards, so I'm all about the teams. So, what you're seeing in front of you is what happens despite my best efforts, because tonight we've got a board. Now, what we're looking at is, this is a 5-10 game. This was made by Tudor in 1967. It's the smallest board they made. This game came originally with big men figures. It transitioned into hogleg figures. And it featured the Packers. And it features the Colts. Packers in the home uniforms, Colts as the visiting team. The other two 1967 games, by the way, as long as we're talking about these original boards, the slightly bigger 613 board, which were the Cardinals in dark, Bears in white, also big men figures transitioning into hogleg figures. And then lastly, the full-size largest board Tudor made, the 620 board, which came with the Browns in white, Giants in dark, and again, started off with big men figures and eventually transitioned into hogleg figures. So, with that being said, let's take a look at what we've got tonight. First thing that strikes me just looking at the box, I want to show you that. Look at the New Orleans Saints emblem on the flag. And that really shows just how early this board is. Saints were an expansion team in this era. Obviously, Tudor didn't even know what their emblem was going to be, or perhaps that is some very obscure early emblem of the Saints that was never used. I don't know. All right, that being said, let's take the lid off. It makes a nice backdrop, so we'll put it up here. Inside the game, we've got a scoreboard. And you can see, in fact, they rearranged these on here, but the Saints correct emblem made it to the board. All right. Next, we do have a couple of scoreboard dials hooked on there, so we've got that much going. And here is the field itself. Looks pretty decent. I do see one ding in it. Generally a little dirty, but not too bad. Scoreboard clips are both on the field. I haven't plugged this in. I have no idea whether this works or not. You know, it'll be fun. Let's put the board out here. We'll display the teams right on the board tonight. All right. Before we get into the teams, I've got a bag of teams in here. We're going to just take a look at some of the pieces and parts that are in the box. I always enjoy doing that. And we've got our original Colts bag and our misspelled Packers bag. Interesting. Couple of sets. These are the original die cast numbers, where you'd have to wet these and put these on the figures. They stayed much better than the later numbers, but they were impossible to get off, and even remove the paint along with the numbers in certain cases. And we've got some other number sheets in here, and that tells you at least we got a couple more teams coming. Also in the box, very cool. I love seeing this kind of thing. This is the packing slip. It's dated 10/18/71. 29 years ago. All right. I don't want to give away the teams that are on there in case you've already seen it. Now here we have an order form. and an official rules book. And this is going to be the one that features the big teams, I'm sure. And it does. And again, just talking about how early on the Saints were, you can see that they've kind of added this photo of the Saints later because they weren't even an NFL franchise when they took the original photo of the rest of the teams. All right. Also in here, we've got some footballs. I see 3 scoreboard dials floating around, 1, 2, 3, which is what we're missing. A couple team names. All right, let's get into the teams. Now, there's a pretty solid giveaway here that we're going to see Colts and Packers, so I'm going to try and just grab them first. All right, and there they are. That's a Big Men Packer figure. Very nice. We actually haven't seen that many sets of Big Men on Box Reveal episodes. We had one box with tons of Big Men, and we really have not seen a whole lot since. Another dead giveaway. You can see the tackle. He's positioned way up at the front of the base. There's a lot of room in the back. Always a great tip-off that you're looking at original Big Men figures. Okay, we've got both quarterbacks. There's a guard. Okay, we got more than one set of Packers in here. And the other set are not Big Men, so it's making it a little difficult to sort these out. There's the other tackle. What do we need here? We need a wide receiver and a guard. Okay, there's our guard. That might be our wide receiver. It is not. This guy is. Oh, wait a minute. We still need one more figure. We need a running back. All right, a little slow going here. My apologies. It's hard to sort out the big men from the non-big men. All right, there's the running back. All right, great way to start it off. Perfect condition, original set of Big Men Dark Packers. I'm going to bring this down so you can get a better look at them here. Very nice. I always see a little bit of paint loss on some of these yellow teams. Pants are painted on these as opposed to using white plastic. All right, next we're going to go ahead and we'll grab the Colts out of here. The opponent. They're going to be a little easier to find. Okay, we got both wide receivers, quarterback, good arms. Got both running backs. We've got both tackles. There's one guard. There's two guards. All right, there's both our quarterbacks. Always good to get those quarterbacks with good arms. All right, that's a nice set. Big Men, white Baltimore Colts. What a good looking set. They are nice and white. They're really in good shape. A little bit of paint wear on them, but you know, these teams are 50 plus years old, so they've got a little age on them. Also, just looking around in here, by the way, I see a nice mix of bases. And I'm just going to pull a couple of them out here so you can see. We've got some aqua bases, and we've got some of the light green hog style bases. All right, next up, now this is where things get a little bit odd because I see a lot of bears in here. These guys are hog legs. Got both quarterbacks. There's a tackle. guard. There's another tackle. Guard, guard. There's a running back. Wide receiver. Wide receiver. Another guard. We need one running back, which shouldn't be hard to do. There we go. All right. What a nice set. Hog leg, dark Chicago Bears. And oddly enough, we're going to see something. This has only happened a few times on episodes of Box Reveal, and you never know when or where it's going to happen because this is a small box. There's not really even that many teams. And despite that, we've got another set of hog leg, dark Chicago Bears. Boy, that guy's weird. That's factory too. He's all melted looking. All right, both quarterbacks good again. Wide receiver. There's another wide receiver. Running back. Another tackle, another guard. We need one more guy. And we got him. All right. Well, we're seeing double. 2 sets of dark hog leg Chicago Bears. Very cool. All right. I told you this was going to be a small box tonight, and I wasn't kidding because we're already down to the last team. Just quickly show you these. Couple of nice kickers. We've got tons of aces in here. Now the last team, this is something very unusual. You don't see this very often at all. These are actually black shoe. Not hog leg, not big men, but black shoe Green Bay Packers. But the pants are painted. These figures are actually on white plastic. Generally, when you see these sets, both in hog leg and black shoe, they are like 10 times out of 10 on yellow plastic. It's very unusual to see this version painted. And they're all there. Very nice. 11. Black shoe, dark Green Bay Packers. Boy, you can see where they, you can tell where this game came from. That whomever owned it wanted 2 sets of Bears and 2 sets of Packers. It really shows you the teams they considered to be rivals at the time that they owned this game. They have offense and defense for both teams. All right. And I'll just push these out here. Very small box tonight. You know, we needed it because we had such a big box the last episode I did. All right, so what we had are those painted pants, black shoe Green Bay Packers. Not 1, but 2 sets of dark hog leg Chicago Bears. A very nice white set of big men white Baltimore Colts. And last but not least, the other team that came with the game, I'm sure, big men dark Green Bay Packers. Thank you very much for watching. Short box tonight. Love the comments. Love the likes. Love the subscriptions. Thank you for watching and have a great night.